Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that's been going around quite a bit recently. I've seen multiple people make videos on this, and I wanted to make a video as well, as I'm quite involved in the Bedwars community. So first, Trainer Dario make a video, and then I saw a few other creators, one of them being Joe Pig. A lot of people have been talking about how we can save Bedwars and just giving suggestions on things that Hypixel can do to make Bedwars fun again, or kind of an update that'll change Bedwars as a whole. Just talking about it, and I wanted to share some of my thoughts. The first thing I would say is we need a game-changing update, which for a while I agreed with, but at the same time, some people would not like that. Like, we had the Slumber Hotel thing, which was changed nothing with the game. It just added kind of more cosmetic side of things, nothing really too special, and so it didn't really add much besides maybe a little bit more to grind for. That only lasted about a month, and especially if you were someone who grinded a lot, you could probably finish the whole Slumber Hotel in about 1 to 2 weeks. The idea of Hypixel changing the Bedwars gameplay as a whole, I do think it's quite all over the place. Let's say you know, you change the gameplay quite a bit, it's not gonna feel the same. It may not be as fun, and I don't think Bedwars is necessarily in a bad spot. Like, I like the way Bedwars is set up, I like the way everything is, and I think that people are thinking that the game is dead for the wrong reasons, and I don't think Bedwars is dead necessarily, but I do think there are things that could make it better. I think there are things Hypixel could add, not necessarily need to change, that'll make it all fun again. Let's say you change something in the game. If it's already good, it won't really add new people. I think the biggest problem is that when new people come to the game, they see all these sweats and they don't want to play anymore. And so if you just change the game around, all the sweats are going to learn how to play and adapt to that, and then you're to still have the same problem. And so I think the best thing that Hypixel could do is to add things to it rather than change. So the reason why I think it would be better for Hypixel to add things is it would give a lot more content for people to make. Like, for example, with Skywars, one of the best additions to the game was ranked Skywars, and they ended up removing it because it was kind of dead. But Bedwars is at least 10 times more popular than Skywars is. If you had a ranked Bedwars game mode, so many people would play it. And this would also fix part of the problem, or maybe not completely fix it, but just help the problem, where people who would come to the game and play wouldn't want to play anymore because there's just so many sweats. If there was a ranked Bedwars mode on Hypixel like there was with ranked Skywars, all the sweats would go and play that, and then new people that would come to the game would play normal Bedwars. If they were to play the ranked game mode, they would fight people their skill, so they would be able to learn and get better. This would honestly add such a fun aspect. As you guys know, there's a ranked Bedwars Discord server. I play in it quite often, but if Hypixel hosted its own ranked Bedwars, it would add so much to the game, and I think so many people would enjoy it. It would also add a lot of content. Ranked Skywars pulled a lot of views, even though it wasn't very popular, and I think if ranked Bedwars was a thing, so many people would upload ELO series. I personally would be interested in upload ELO series for ranked Bedwars if it was a mode on Hypixel, and I think it would just be overall really fun. Some people talk about how it would be bad just because of cheaters and other things like that, but in my opinion, it would work out fine. There may be cheaters here and there, but so does every game mode, so does every game you play pretty much. It's just the way it is. It honestly adds to the game and can create some good content. Who doesn't love a good cheater clutch? But I think if there was things added to the game rather than changed, it would completely fix this problem. I think that's what Hypixel needs to do. I also think that Hypixel should remove some of the other game modes, like the ARM 2v2, and I forgot the other ones. I haven't played them in so long. And maybe Lucky Block. I don't really feel like people enjoy them as much. They're quite buggy, and a lot of them are dead. I think they should overall just clean up Bedwars and add new things to the game. I also think another thing that would really help, and this is kind of something that's pretty simple, but I do think it would make a big difference, is for Hypixel to actually completely add new maps and remove all the old ones, or just only have good maps and have a few like new maps that are actually good. The problem with all the current maps is that they're just way too big and they don't really make sense. I feel like they're just going farther and farther away in the wrong direction, and I think Hypixel could maybe say, well, we don't know what to do, we're just trying new things out. But they could honestly just contact creators, contact some of the top Bedwars players, ask for their opinion on what needs to be added. And I think just more communication between Hypixel and some of their top leaderboard players of each game. I think Hypixel as a whole, this is the next topic I want to talk about, should be reaching out to some of the top Bedwars creators, some of the top Bedwars players, and asking them things that need to be changed / added with the game. And I think a lot of people would agree that all the maps are just the same. They keep every new map that they're adding is just bad. There's no new maps that are actually good, and it's just all super stale. And the only maps people want to play are older maps, and that they really need to work on adding new ones that are good. I was actually talking about this with trainer Dario on Discord after he made his video, and I was saying that Hypixel should do a 3 to 6 month checkup with some of the top players of Bedwars, some of the top creators, and kind of get an idea for things that should be added / changed with the game, and also just things to make it more fun but also better for content. Adding new game modes, like I suggested, would help make it more fun, would add something new, and would also add great possibility for content. Me personally, making content on ranked Bedwars is fun, but having something server side has much more potential when it comes to, I guess, exposure through videos. And you could really see that with ranked Skywars, even though Skywars is much less popular than Bedwars. Even though the game mode itself was dying, people loved watching it, and it was really popular. And I think Hypixel from the community has just heard a lot of differences, and they don't really know what direction to go in. They'll be told to do one thing from one group of people and then another from another group of people, and so they don't really end up updating anything at all because they don't want to upset anyone. The game is doing fairly well as of now. Obviously numbers have slowly gone down, but they need to have like a 3 to 6 month checkup with some of their top players. That way they can actually get good feedback and know what they need to change. Some things can be added to the game that are fun for a time, but one should be removed after a certain amount of time as well. Like if you look at any other game like Fortnite or whatever, after a few months there's a new season and it's the same premise but just with some differences, and I feel like that's what makes the game fun. Some seasons are more active than others, but overall it's just different. And so you always want to go see what's new with the new season, try it out. If you enjoy it, then you'll keep playing. But if it's constantly the same thing over and over, it's just gonna go stale, and there's no reason for anyone to try it out again. Why would anyone want to try Hypixel out if there's been no changes or nothing added to it, and they wanted to quit in the first place because it was just boring? So if every 3 to 6 months Hypixel adds something or changes something or both, and they listened to the community and talked with their top creators and players, people would want to come back to see what's new with the game and try it out. And if they don't like it, well, then they'll just go offline and not play until the next update is out. At least they will be able to come back, and if they do end up liking it, well, that's another new player that's come back to the community, and it'll keep the server active. So if Hypixel's watching this, I just want to say, I would, at the bare minimum, reach out to some of your top Bedwars creators, some of the top Bedwars players, like the leaderboard players, etc., and just communicate with them, see what needs to be added, see what needs to be changed. And I think that'll just help give direction to what to do. So those are all my thoughts when it comes to Hypixel updating Bedwars, and I think what would be able to save Bedwars. I think that would be a great idea if Hypixel removed some of these game modes. Like, even though they get decent players because of the achievement, some of them should be removed. I think some of these are good, like the castle and a few other ones, but some of them just are not very fun. The other thing I would suggest is that the lobby, also Trainer Dario commented on this as well, the lobby just feels kind of dead, like nothing is going on very much. I think there should be a new lobby, something more exciting. And I think if Hypixel added a ranked Bedwars game mode, so many people would play it. It would separate sweats from new players coming in, and it would allow people to actually enjoy the game and get better and practice. I think there's just a constant problem where people will watch a Bedwars creator say, oh, people are just so sweaty now, they care so much, I don't want to play this game. But if they see that they can actually get better and that there's different game modes they can go to and they can fight people their skill level, I think they'll be more interested. There's this constant of people not wanting to play. There's a creator called DeQuavius on YouTube Shorts who makes tons of videos, and in my opinion, they're pretty good. They're obviously staged. If you don't play Bedwars, you wouldn't really know, but if you have any idea or have played Bedwars before, it's pretty obvious that they're staged. Nothing really wrong with them. They're still skillful plays, and it's not like it's misleading or anything. But I think that, you know, based on the comments, so many people are like, oh, this is why I don't want to play Bedwars anymore. It's not fun. These people try way too hard. So I think that the idea of the game just being full of sweats now and not fun at all has just kind of overtaken it. So Hypixel needs to invite these players back to where it kind of separates the sweats and just these new players, to where new players will be interested in coming back to the game, or at least trying. An update every 3 to 6 months would be good, and just reaching out to the community, see what's going on, would be also really good. I think the ranked Bedwars game mode as well would do so much, in my opinion, and I would be able to make tons of content on it as well. And I think people would actually love to watch that. It's been suggested a few times before, and I don't really think anyone expected it since they had removed ranked Skywars, but I think it's worth a shot, and I think it'll only do well. It'll add tons of content and people would really be interested in watching it. So yeah, that's all of my thoughts and opinions. If you guys do want Hypixel to probably have a more likely chance of seeing this video and actually adding ranked Bedwars and kind of listening to some of these thoughts, make sure to drop a comment and like as well, just to further push this video out to the algorithm. That's all for today, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Bye.